I haven't seen you I've seen you spotty in the last, I don't know, 10 years.
I saw you earlier today.
You saw me earlier this morning.
And then
I'm
you
talking about like years before.
Well, yeah, because
What's been going on?
Okay, Jesus, here we go. What's been going on? And it's like I'm getting my mind back a little bit, you know what I mean? As the days progress in my recovery, you start fucking seeing these things that you're like, what the fuck happened, you know? Because when I was talking about like living with strippers, and I was like, dude, I was sober for 5 years. Was I? You know what I mean? I don't even think I started using drugs yet, and I said I got 5 years clean. You know what I mean? That's how fucked up I was. You know, and I don't even remember what years. I said 22 to 24. I was living with strippers. It could have been like fucking 30 to fucking 29. I don't know. But the last time I saw you, I was probably good, solid, like 102. You know, solid 102. Remember when I lived with you? When I got shipped? Yeah, so this is the experience that I had in high school up in Phoenix. Is I was so bad in high school, and my mom didn't know what to do with me. But like I got in all these fights, you know, because I went from straight A's and like, but anybody gets straight A's in fucking 3rd and 4th grade, you know, and it's not that hard. You just show up and you get your name right, you get a fucking A, and you might get student of the week, student of the month, and then it's fucking whoever, and then the next one. They just go in alphabetical order, because I think when I got student of the week, then my brother got student of the week because he's a Hardy, and then it goes to the HARR, like Harris, and then they got student of the week. So they just go they just go in order, I think. And they're just like, hey, my student got student of the week this week. Fucking who didn't? You know what I mean? Who didn't get student of the week? You know, and they got the bumper sticker fucking just blasted. My kid got student of the week. You know what I mean? That was like in 97. It's like 2012. Like, relax, dude. Get over it. Your kid's a fuck up. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm so full of shit. But
you were at North Canyon.
Yes. Yeah. My freshman and sophomore year, I was at North Canyon.
Yeah.
And so this is where because they put me in. Let's go back to middle school, because middle school I remember it pretty well because I was there. You know what I mean? And I didn't even know it was legal to put your kids in like anger management without the parent supervision. But in this case, they did, I guess. So I'm in middle school, and I'm getting in fights because my mom thinks that I'm doing drugs and everything, you know. And my mom thinks I'm doing drugs and.
Were you?
No, I wasn't using drugs. No, it was my brother Sean was doing drugs and drinking and doing coke. And I was fighting all the time because everybody fucking picked on him. And I was so fucking mad at the world because my parents got a divorce because I don't know why. I guess fucking, you know, I don't know. But, you know, so I got in fights because my brother was a pussy and it's not edit. But my brother he was too small to stick up for himself. Even though I was smaller, I was just fucking mad at the world, and nobody could fucking beat me. You know what I mean? I got pretty good at fucking fighting, and I was just we would have fight. Like, it was like fight night after school. It was like fight night after school. We'd go to my living room. We would have everybody, like, we're in middle school, dude. Everybody's showing up, like 20 people in my mom's house while she's at work at some fucking office supply store, stealing pens and shit and highlighters. You know what I mean? To put in our fucking Christmas stockings and shit. Thanks, Mom. You know what I mean? She worked at Dillard's, dude. And this is how fucked up. You know, my mom, she would steal the fucking samples of it says sample right on there, the ones that the big bottles, and they're like sprayed and they're like halfway gone already. My mom would put those in our stocking and it says sample still on it. You know what I mean? I'm like, Mom, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I was like, what
Take what you can get.
Yeah, I guess, dude. And I'm like, but there would be like 30 people, and I would pick somebody that I was going to fight that day. You know what I mean? You know, and we would call it out. We're like, dude, we're gonna fucking box after this, and we'd just go to my house, and they would go in, we'd lock the door, so nobody's fucking, you ain't leaving until one's down, dude. And fucking, I would just.
It's like an old roadhouse.
Yeah, dude. And I would just fucking fight. I would just fucking fight all these people, and I just was so fucking mad that I don't even know if I bled or whatever, but all these people were like, I'm done. And I'm like, all right, well, fucking send the next one in. You know what I mean? And I was just fucking lost. And I don't know why my mom thought I was on drugs, really. You know what I mean? Because I was living in the fucking garage. You know what I mean? Because Sean is the mama's boy. So my mom bought a 2-bedroom house. You know what I mean? Sean gets one room. I get the fucking, and then my mom gets the master bedroom. I get the couch, and I'm like, well, this ain't right. Fuck that. I'm gonna move in the garage.
Was that the condo with the upstairs?
No, we're not even there yet. This is middle school, bro. This is middle school. That's like high school, or even out of high school. The little hobbit room. You know what I mean? And it was such a cool room if you were like 3 feet tall.
Gary Baggins.
You know what I mean? If you were like 3 feet tall, where you could duck, where you don't even need to duck under, the doorknob's like right here. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's just like this door opens and I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get laid in a fucking... But it was cool because like it was so small and it was like high. It would go high to the center. Like where you keep your fucking Christmas tree during the winter or whatever. Or not in... Whenever fucking Christmas is. But yeah. So all through the Januaries and stuff like that. And so... But it was cool because it was so small where they can fucking put their foot on foot like that and just... That's, you know, on their back and they're just fucking... So it was good for like, you know, sex and stuff. You know what I mean? But honestly, who the fuck in the right mind is going to fuck somebody in that fucking thing? Hey, you want to come in my room? Fucking check this out. Watch your head. You know what I mean? Come on in. And it was just... I couldn't even get a futon in there. Even if I had the box that it came in and fucking weasel it in there and then put it together, you're never going to get it out. You can't get it out.
Is this still middle school?
No, you started talking about this fucking hobbit room. So, you know what I mean? Fucking, so let's go back to middle school, okay? So my mom thinks I'm on drugs, okay? I'm getting in fights and everything. And, you know, and my brother's doing drugs. And my mom tells my brother, hey, Gary, I think is doing drugs. You need to look out for him and make sure that you can protect him. What the fuck? You know what I mean? I've been protecting his ass this whole time. And he's fucking, and so I was like, fuck it. You think I'm doing drugs? Watch me do drugs. Watch this fucking thing. So I started doing cocaine, you know, dabbling it with a little bit, you know what I mean? Just a little couple, you know, a little there and a little bit there. And then fucking, and it was cool because like now I can act crazy because I was fucking all coked out. Fucking just fucking get it. You know, and then the fightings just start with random. I'm like, I would look at somebody at a party, dude, and I was like, dude, what the fuck is that guy looking at? He's like looking that way. And I'm like, hey. And he turns around and I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? You know? And then I would just go fight him for no reason. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, he was fucking looking that way. I knew he was fucking wanting to look at me and he looked at me because I called his name. That's why I fought him. And anyways, so we go to high school now, you know? Oh yeah, but the freaking, so the anger management. I don't even, like I said, I didn't even think it was legal to get somebody in anger management, which is fine because I got kicked out the first day. Because this one fucking kid, dude, it's just like, why the fuck would you fucking say this? You know what I mean? And I'll tell you what he said. You know, he's been in there way too fucking long, I think. And I think his parents knew. You know what I mean? And so they're like, well, we're going to go around the room. And they fucking talk like that. We're going to go around the room and we're just going to experience. What do you think about before you get in a fight? You know, just so you can, you know, maybe calm your nerves. And I was like, I'll fucking tell you what the fuck I said. You know? And then he's like, well, I'll go first, you know? And he's like, my name's Calvin, you know? And I would like to picture myself running through a field of daisies so I could calm myself. I'm like, I can't wait till this fucking guy gets on I can't wait till they get to fucking my name and fucking, I'm all fucking amped up, ready to go. And they're like, Gary. And I'm like, Gary? You know, I just try to picture myself running through a cornfield, butt-ass naked backwards, you know? And then fucking, see ya. And I was like, what the fuck? And then she's like, Gary, can you step outside, please? And she's like, I don't think that you really want to be in this class. I don't fucking need to be in this class. You fucking put me in this class. I don't have a fucking anger problem. What the fucking... And she's like, well, you know what? I think that you just need to maybe just go to your fucking... That's fucking right. You know what I mean? So anyways, so that's how that went. Anger management didn't go very good. It didn't work on me, but maybe it'll work on you guys, okay? So, but don't say shit like that. When you say shit that's gonna get your ass kicked, fucking anger management, fucking Jesus.
Did you ever fight Calvin?
Yes! Yeah, because you know what? I don't even know if it was Calvin or Calvin's brother. Because I think, so this is where, you know, because they put me in after school activities to get along with people. Not a good fucking thing, especially when you have a foosball tournament and a fucking ping pong tournament and you beat me. Oh, you know what I mean? I fucking got the fucking ping pong. I Forrest Gumped everybody. Fucking Calvin, shut the fuck up. Foosball came. I'm in the championship. You know what I mean? I'm really getting it. Fucking just getting it. And then all of a sudden, fucking game point, fucking that motherfucker hits a goalie shot, bink, and he says, "Your fucking mom." Whoops! Fucking my mom, I swear to God. I turned around as they were fucking,
Snap.
yeah, I was like, oh yeah, my fucking mom, I fucking tell you what the fucking, and I even fucking swiped his fucking things, game, fucking swiped it, fucking 10 points, there you go, fucking, and fucking beat the fuck out of him. And then all of a sudden, I didn't know Calvin had a fucking older brother, you know, that was in high school. Who has those? Nobody.
So do you think you needed anger management?
Fuck no. And everybody needed to keep their fucking mouth shut. Who the fuck? Like, because honestly, who the fuck talks like that to their mom? Not even their mom. Come on, man. Anger management was just, I don't know. Maybe now I can see like it is a problem. It's not an issue anymore. I don't play foosball anymore. You know what I mean? I can still whoop on ping pong, you know what I mean? But like what I'm getting at is just like, you know, fucking coffee's good, bro. Is
All right, fast forward.
Fast forward to high school. Yes, high school.
No.
High school. Okay. So high school coming down. So this is my mom just doesn't know what the fuck to do with me because I'm just full on blown cokehead, just getting it, you know? And yeah. So you know, I guess I didn't do very good in high school either. And because my mom started noticing a change, you know, maybe just isolating in the fucking garage and just listening to fucking weird shit like Bob Seger or some shit, you know, which is great. Bob Seger's fucking classic, man. But I mean, that's not for me. You know, I should have been listening to some fucking hardcore shit like Pink or somebody, you know what I mean? Just fucking gangster shit. No, I'm just kidding. But no. So anyways, let's get back to this. So my mom fucking says, you need to pack your bags. You're going on a fucking bus down to Yuma with your uncle Walt and Nick on the wrestling team. We met at Ironwood High School. You know what I mean? And so I didn't really know that we were going. She just said, pack your bags. And I was like, fucking great. They've been packed. You know what I mean? They've been packed. Fucking A. I just had nowhere to go. But when they said, you're going to go with Walt and Nick on a wrestling bus, and I'm like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? All this fucking anger management. I'm ready, man. So I get on this bus, and then we come home, and I live with Nick and Walt for like, it was a good fucking maybe 2 months tops. You know what I mean? It was but I was at like 155 maybe, you know, 145 kind of like, you know, it was before I knew this invention of meth. You know what I mean? I didn't learn that until I got down here where the meth capital of the world, Yuma. And so I'm there for like 2 months, and then I got a max, dude. I'm max, and I had a bigger room than I did when I had up in Phoenix. It was great, you know what I mean? And fucking, you know, and I had the home computer in the same room, so I'm just fucking getting it, you know what I mean? And everybody's like, hey, I just need to check my email. I don't know if you want to sit there, but I didn't tell nobody until now. You know what I mean? I'll put that on my 4th step. But so yeah, so like I'm sitting there, and then like the only thing I get to...
How'd you feel like when you moved down and...
I've always wanted to be a Yuma criminal, dude, but not literally.
Yeah, I know, but when you moved into my parents' house and you all of a sudden you had like a curfew, you had rules.
I didn't have a curfew. There was no curfew, dude. It was like you go to school and then you go home, and not even home, and then when you're at lunch, don't eat. Just go to the wrestling room, put on a fucking sweatpants and a black trash bags, and I need you at 103, dude. I need you at 103. And I'm like, 103? And he's like, yeah. And then here, this is what you're gonna eat for 2 months. Here's a bag of Skittles, a bag of Starburst, spit it in this 2-liter bottle. When you get done, pour it out, and then start over. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, how do you lose without doing meth? Yeah.
Fuck this.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I was like, dude, and he's like, I'm all sitting there watching them at the fucking dinner table, and fucking, I'm like, steak, yes, steak, bread, you know, potatoes, and then fucking, Gary, shouldn't you be in your room eating Skittles? You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck, man? Meat, you know what I mean? And it's just like, my skin color, my tan was like, I think it was like the red Skittle that I was turning into and shit. It was ridiculous. But you know what? It was like, but it's like going from no fucking discipline to like fucking, you got to go to school and you got to fucking, and you got to like sit at the table and eat. Like fucking talk to one another without fucking like not texting like, hey, pass the salt. Like you gotta say, can you get that? And they're like, it's in the middle of the table, you get it. And I'm like, what the fuck? I fucking get it. My mom always used to fucking salt my own shit, you know what I mean? Fucking spoiled little brat, dude. And so anyways, yeah, so I didn't really last long and everything, and like, you know,
that's when you moved to Merlene's.
yeah, my grandma, fucking my roll dog. Oh my God, I love you, grandma. Fucking miss you. But, you know, at the same time, and, you know, I was like, she took me fucking everywhere. Like I said, with the Christopher Columbus on the Mayflower and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
His grandma drove the boat?
yeah, no, she never drove the Mayflower. Come on, that was like way before her time. Nobody knows that. But no, she never was on the Mayflower. She's not that old. But, this is when, like, Christopher Columbus found, like, the Indies, he said. Indies. It was not Indianapolis. It was fucking, like, Maryland. You know what I mean? It was, like, Maryland. You know
No, I wasn't talking about your grandmother.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Where's Christopher Columbus coming in all this?
Nowhere. That's what we're talking about. I don't know. I thought you said with the Mayflower. I don't fucking know. You just got to keep... What was the question?
You moved to your grandma's house.
Yes! Yes, Grandma. And I was talking about that. She took me everywhere. That's where the Mayflower came in. So, anyways, so yeah.
I'm still not seeing a connection with
No, there's not. We're done with Christopher Columbus. We already talked about him. It's, you know.
Indianapolis.
Yeah. And so, anyways, so yeah, I live with my grandma, and going from just eating Skittles and Starburst, not even eating them. You just eat them just to get enough saliva so you can spit it out. You don't even get the fucking, you know, if you chew on it and swallow it, you're going to gain like 4 pounds in 1 second. That's how I felt. You know what I mean? And fuck. And like I needed to get, like I was at 155 and I'm like, dude, 155 is like the highest I've ever been. Never mind. Not the highest I've ever been, but weight wise.
I'd love to talk about the highest you've ever been.
But, you know, but weight wise, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden I'm sitting there and I got my ribs showing. I'm a solid 103. Just look at these 12 ribs. Fucking solid. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you're just going to practice with Bones today. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Bones was like a solid 117 or 108. And he's just a fucking beast. He's like, yeah, I just sitting here 300 pounds. Just fucking da. And I'm all sitting there with the fucking little weight belt. Dink. 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 Like, and just it's a warm up. Dink. Fucking, he's just all fucking just, yeah. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You know, I'm all squatting what he's fucking bench pressing.
Do you remember that match when you passed out?
I didn't pass out. He fucking knocked me unconscious, man. It's like, dude, I didn't pass out, man. Passing out's like for fucking like.
You like stumbled. You like took 3 steps.
Dude, it was
left,
just, yeah.
To the right. And then,
I know exactly. I lived it, man. So this is what the fuck happened. I'll tell you. And it would happen so fast because he's quick, you know. He goes for this fucking, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm new to this. I've never wrestled before, so take it easy. Fuck that. Take it easy. Bones doesn't know what the fuck take it easy means. That means, take it easy means like, dude, fucking you should have signed up for this. I didn't sign up for this. Fuck no, I got forced into fucking wrestling. What the fuck? I don't want to do this,
it's like
dude.
one of those TV shows where they kidnap the kid and then they
dude, and they're like, dude, it was like fucking like, Scared Straight. It was like Scared Straight. You know what I mean? Scared Straight. You know what I mean? That's what they were trying to do. Scared Straight. And fucking, so Bones goes to this fucking, I'm like, all right, here we go. What are we going to do? We're going to warm up a little bit. Yeah. Fucking high crotch. Grabs my leg and I'm like, uh-oh. And he picks me up and he just lifts me up and I'm like, huh? And he goes, wham. And when he goes like that, the fucking mattress, the mat, he slammed me on where there was like fucking, there's just like this much fucking space where the fucking just the mat is gone. You know what I mean? It's just the fucking tiles right there or whatever the fuck was under it. No foam, no nothing. And he just goes, huh, and he just fucking looked like he just guided it right there. Fucking there it is. Whap! Slams me, and I'm just fucking boom. And I'm like, I get up and I'm like, huh, the fuck is going, huh? And just bam. And they're like, what's wrong? What do you mean what's wrong? I just got a concussion. Did you throw up? No, I didn't throw up. Well, everybody throws up after a concussion. Well, maybe it's the internal fucking bleeding in my fucking head. I don't know. I don't throw up. Come on, man. Fucking, I haven't eaten in fucking 9 years. You know what I mean? How the fuck am I gonna throw up? It's dry heathen. It's like a cat. You know what I mean? That's me throwing up. You know what I mean? Good luck trying to throw up something that you don't have. You know what I mean? Fucking unbelievable. So that was my wrestling career. You know what I mean? And it was solid. You know, it was solid. I got to 103 right when the season got over. So I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to wrestle. Fucking nothing. I wrestled one tournament and I went like, I don't know how the fuck I went like 8-3, and they tried to fucking, you know, where we like outside of Vegas. Remember that? I was the one on drugs. You should remember that. I do.
The Green Valley Duels? You didn't go 8-3 at Green Valley.
I went like, yes. I went like, no.
That's 10 matches.
How many are
That's
there?
11. I'm fucking stupid. That's 11.
Hey, he's the math whiz. You know what I mean? I went like 6 or like 5-2 or something like that. Uh-huh. And it was just like, and the only reason I got like 5 is because 3 of them didn't show up. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know, and the other 2 just fucking, they fucking cart this kid out, and he's like, this is my first time. And I was like, dude, I can't fucking do this. And then right when I hear that whistle, fucking pin that motherfucker. Take that, fucking. And he's like, thank you. It was like his fucking, I felt so bad because it was like his like Make-A-Wish Foundation, like last thing. He just wanted to win, but not me. Fuck that. Fucking Make Your Last Wish Foundation. Not against me. You know what I mean? Fuck that. Anyways, so that was my wrestling career. And then after that, you know how hard it is to put on weight after you went from like 155 to 103, and then you start tweaking. You know what I mean? That's where I should have done it to get the weight out. You know what I mean? And then I would have been like, what the fuck? Look at this, 98. Who's the fucking, let's go 98. I can go fucking, 103 was the lowest. You know what I mean? It was unbelievable. You know what I mean? And then,
do you miss wrestling?
Fuck no. Fuck no. I never would have wrestled in my life. You know why?
What about Starburst and Skittles? Could you still like...
I eat them. Yeah. I mean, because now,
some people after they do that, it's like,
yeah, I got you. Like, you know, they have a fucking weird
like eating
experience.
something and get really sick.
Yeah, it's called food. That's what it's food for me. You know what I mean? Every time I fucking eat something, I'm like, no, but like Skittles and everything, because now that trained me to understand that when you do meth, you know what I mean? Your teeth are fucked up. So now, even how I eat, I just gotta fucking sit there and suck on Skittles and Starburst just to fucking get shit down because I can't fucking eat real food. You know what I mean? It's just like fucking sand and fucking hairspray, just fucking teeth. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. I don't know where the fuck I was going with that one. But anyways, so, what the fuck? And then, so yeah. What was the question?
Well, we'd moved into you're living at your grandmother's house.
That's right. The Mayflower. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, my grandma.
It's scurvy.
This is where before my career went like, you know, this is where I excelled in my addiction. Fucking just get it.
Oh, upstairs. That was the spot.
Yeah, the blue room, dude. We called it the blue room. You know why?
But you painted it blue.
Yes, that's why I fucking painted it blue. You know how long it took me? It took me like 8 weeks to paint this one, like these 4 walls. You know what I mean? To paint it blue.
But that came later.
And it was a fucking electric blue too. It was like their dreads, like that blue. Just fucking like unbelievably blue. You know what I mean?
It was like Palm Springs 1955.
It was sick, blue. Dude. It was sick, and it matched, and it fucking, hey, and you know what? And it matched all the fucking wood, fucking old furniture. You know what I mean? Electric blue, and then fucking, you know.
But that you painted it later though, because it wasn't there in high school. Because we used to come over and party at your grandma's house.
We did?
Yeah, we did in high school. And then it was like...
Was I there?
And then you were like... You were starting
You know what?
But you were like... You were taking the party to a different level. Like, you were going to places like high school kids were like, Like that's like the place like don't fucking go there.
Well,
Your
yeah,
parents will tell you.
okay, so
And Gary's like, I'm fucking there.
Fuck it, I'm there because I had fucking this
He was
is what
partying with like 35-year-old fucking cokeheads and shit. I never even seen. I
Yeah,
thought
you know
cocaine was fake.
Yeah,
Like,
but you know why?
like,
Because I was supplying the coke at the time. You know, that's why I
oh my
went.
god, dude! I was still going to the library and like looking at cocaine and like the
Yeah,
the
and
books
all you had to
shit,
do was
you
just
know?
come to my fucking house and I'll fucking teach you about it.
Little
Fucking
do
do
you
a line
know,
right
like-
off her fucking ass. You know what I mean?
I was in the car with Gary one time, and this guy tried to force me to do cocaine. I was like 18. I was so scared. I was like,
I don't remember any of this. I was so fucking
I
high.
was so scared. I was like, no, man. He's like, you're fucking doing this coke. I
Yeah,
was like,
he pulls a
I had to
gun
make
out.
up- I had to make up this excuse, guys. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass, and I was like, no. I was like, fucking terrified.
Hey, Gary, and I'm like,
Little
dude,
did
you
I
fucking
know.
do it, dude. That's
Fucking-
it.
Little did my God, dude. I was
dude,
like,
it's not like-
I never wanted to hang out with him again. I was
Yeah.
like,
You're
fuck
like, dude,
that.
it's like, you ever been to Gary's house? Nah, no. But, you know, I remember fucking, oh my God. What was her name? She had the greatest ass.
Oh, we can't say names on here.
Okay, we'll just say, okay, but you know
Yeah,
who I'm talking
I know
about.
who you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, and you know what? It was, yeah. So back to the, what were you talking about?
The electric
The
blue
room.
upstairs.
Yeah, so the blue room. So I don't really remember, like, I remember selling coke. You know what I mean? I remember selling coke. That's before I did it because you know, and everything. But I was selling to like fucking people. I don't even know where the fuck my grandma was. You know what I mean? I don't think she was downstairs the whole time, was she?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, all right. Well, and that's probably why she had the fucking broomstick right next to her bed. Because every time we got loud, when there was like more than like 80 or like 100 people, she'd just get this broomstick and it'd be like bop, bop, bop. And then I'd be like, fuck, dude, my grandma, dude.
100 people upstairs.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And you know what's funny is like I had a party, I had like a 4-kegger. And it was crazy because like I had this family that I was rolling with. That's how I got my nickname Runna on the streets and everything. And then I had the rival fucking family of this town that wanted to go to this party because they're like, dude, that's fucking disrespectful. You invite them, but you don't invite me. Oh, man. Hey, it's my grandma's house. They'll get along, right? You know what I mean?
It's a 2-bedroom condo.
Yeah,
on the golf
gangsters and gangsters, dude. It's fine, dude. They'll just all... And it was such a weird experience, dude. Because right when they knew I was going to pick them up. So there's like maybe like, I don't know, probably like 16 of them, you know what I mean, right here. And then there's just fucking these 3 brothers that are just, let's go, man. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Fucking, you know what I mean? And they walk in and there's like 16 of them just lined up. We were all playing caps when I left. And then, but everybody was chilling. But then they're like, you just go around.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't
Caps.
thought of it forever.
Fucking
Yeah,
watch
I
your elbow.
fucking
Yeah.
swallowed one time.
Yeah,
I had to
you're
fucking
right. See,
dig
that's
it out
what
of my
happened.
throat.
Well, fucking, you're lucky that you knew that technique, you know?
Yeah.
And everything. So it's like, dude, it was like, and I didn't have to introduce him. You know what I mean? They knew each other because, you know, when you got a rival fucking gang that is another rival, you already know whose position is who. You know, you're like, you know that this guy's the shot caller. You know, this one is like fucking second in command, and then it goes down, and then you got the one that's just there because he's family. You know what I mean? But nobody likes him. They'd rather just have him go over on their side. You know what I mean? But you got to tag along because it's like your like mom's sister's son. You know what I mean? I guess that would be your cousin probably.
Yep.
Getting it, man. See, the family tree is fucking brilliant. You know what I mean? So yeah. So we walk in and it's just like, and I thought it was gonna be like, what's up, man? You know I fought you last week and everything, but no big deal. No, not fucking one word besides just like, I was like, you guys know each other? Like, nothing. Just nothing. I'm all sitting here like, fucking, whose turn is it? Here, get there. Let's go. You want to be on my team? Just fucking trying to make it not weird. You know what I mean? And so that went all right, actually. There was no fights whatsoever, which was fucking crazy because I used to just fucking, I rolled with them, but I also rode with them. You know what I mean?
You're like a secret agent.
Yeah. Don't say that shit, man. I knew he was a fucking cop. What the fuck? Not saying that, all right? And I
don't think anybody watches these things here.
Fucking not yet, bud. But I would roll with them, and we used to fucking. I remember I went to a party, and fucking kicked that goddamn table. I'm sorry, but so I walk in and I call. It was at my fucking. She still doesn't talk to me to this day. You know, it was like my cousin's husband's sister. So she was like second cousin, maybe. You know what I mean? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And we don't even have to fucking that's what it was. And so I called him and I said, hey, you know who I roll with? We're gonna is it cool if we come over? And she's like, yeah, bring the more the merrier. I'm like, don't say that. We roll up like 14 cars deep, dude. We park in their fucking yard. Like, it's fucking nice grass and everything. We're just like fucking all these Cadillacs and fucking and everybody, dude, they lock the door before I get to the door, and I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? Fucking, they know we're coming, you know? And you hear, they're like, hey, the fucking, they're here. We walk into that shit. I walk in first. Everybody's just staring at us like, that's the guy. You know what I mean? That's the shot caller. Fuck no, I wasn't. I was just the fucking one to get him in, and then fucking, you know what I mean? And then they're like, all right. Once they got in, they're like, get the fuck out of my way, Runna. You know what I mean? No, they weren't like that. But it turns out that my second cousin was seeing one of the fucking other rival gang, but not the one that was at my house. So there's like 3, you know what I mean? Actually, those ones were just brothers. But the other rival gang, those are the ones that the beef always been fucking shooting, fucking, and people, and their side has been always been, you know, they've been getting, they're kind of down, they've been dying for I don't know what reason, you know what I mean? Just, you know, they just, whatever, you know, like just a mild like drive-by or something like that, or I don't know how they did it, but it was so there wasn't that many of them there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 2.
Low in numbers.
2. Yeah,
there
just 2. And it was like, hey, it was just supposed to be like a fucking like 7 people probably playing caps or King's Cup or whatever the fuck they called it. We walk in and fucking they noticed those fucking guys right away. So they're just sitting here and we're just plotting like, what the fuck? Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to lock the back door, okay? Because they're in the kitchen. We're going to lock the sliding glass, the back door. And then we're just going to kind of slowly, casually just get all 32 of us and just start welling on them. We start welling on these guys and everything. And my fucking second cousin's going fucking nuts, dude. And I'm like, just get the fuck out of the way. That's what I was doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And these guys are trying to fucking get out the back sliding door. Bad idea.
You weren't fighting?
Yeah, for a minute, but it was so hard to get in. I was going to
say, you've come a long way since anger.
No, because it was like, there was so many of them, and it's just like, everybody wanted a lick, and I was just trying to fucking get my cousin out of there, because she's like, that's my fucking boyfriend's friend, or whatever. Get the fuck out of the way, fuck him. Call your boyfriend, tell him fucking you broke up with him. Just don't tell him that you're related to him. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so, that guy opens the fucking sliding glass door, and he shouldn't have done that, because they fucking drop him. Somebody fucking kicks him in the face. That guy's laying there just fucking out. And then somebody gets this old barbecue grill with fucking coal and just slams it on his face, dude. We leave because the guy that kicked him in the face, I threw him in, we got in my car. He broke his ankle, so we drove him to the hospital. I'm dropping everybody off. We all leave. She calls me and says, you need to come back here and help me clean up the house. I go back there, and that fucking guy that fucking got his fucking face kicked in, and he looked like he just walked out of Ground Zero, dude. All ash, dude. All ashy, dude. And he's just barely coming to. I've been gone for like 45 minutes, dude. This guy's barely getting up like this. And he just looked like he just walked out from fucking Ground Zero from New York City, like 9/11, dude, with his fucking, like a briefcase and shit, just fucking, what happened? And just, I was like, dude, I don't know what the fuck, are you all right, dude? People these days, you gotta look, you know, anger management is a problem. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to fucking get him a rag just to wipe off his fucking face. And you know what the funny thing is? He wasn't even bleeding because he's like all the fucking shit that he got. You know, when you're out cold, you know, your body just reacts to fucking, you don't feel nothing. It's like a drunk driver just wrecking and flipping like 97 times and he gets out. It's like, not even a scratch, you know what I mean? Because you're just so fucking, you know what I mean? So I think that's the scientific base on that is like, that's why he was okay. He didn't have, you know, he just, it was so funny though, because he just,
Science.
yeah, you know, yeah. And I was like, well, is that the same guy that fucking just, you look good, man, for getting your ass fucking beat, dude? And they're like, who were they? I was like, yeah, you don't want to know. You know what I mean? You don't want to know because one, if I might as well get that fucking barbecue grill and slam it on my face. And two, they're my fucking homies. I told you we were coming. You didn't tell me that you were married to these fucking, you know. And dude, so that was the end of my cousin's and mine relationship. We never really even have a relationship, but every time I see him at a family barbecue, I'm like, you know what I mean? Because I know her husband's like, is not letting that go. You know what I mean? I mean, that was like his like, that barbecue grill was probably passed down from his family and shit, and just it was no more. It was just, I mean, oh my god. So, but it was so funny how he walked up from ground zero, dude, just fucking, just ashy, dude.
Did you know that Gary's incredibly fast, like a foot runner? Like seriously, it's insane how fucking fast he is. I don't know if he's still that fast.
For a white guy,
he used to be the fastest motherfucker. Like it like unbelievable. You're like, yeah, he's not that fast, and just take off. You're like, holy shit.
Hey, you know, remember?
It's unbelievable.
Remember the Welsing?
When you guys raced?
Yes.
Yeah. He's talking all that shit.
Yeah.
This is before you guys worked at the strip bar together.
Yeah,
you just hung out in the DJ booth.
I hung out in the DJ booth and just fucking counted money and just got blown by the fucking chicks in the crowd. You know what I mean? Shit like that, and just doing a line and just talking to the strippers while I'm counting their money, getting it, ironing it out and everything and handing it back to them. And this chick's just like, are you done? Did you fucking fill me nut yet? You know? I was so fucking confident, dude. And I'm just like, you know, and it was, oh my.
Were you tweaking or was it just?
No, I wasn't tweaking. You think I'd be confident if I was tweaking? Fuck no.
I don't know. I'm not.
No, I want to be like this. You know what I mean? Yeah, when I started tweaking.
That doesn't give you confidence?
Fuck no, it doesn't give me confidence.
It's not like Molly.
No, it's not like I don't even know what fucking what like.
No, I'm just saying like when you
like no okay so
when
like
you
this,
eat Molly, you're the most confident motherfucker in the entire world.
Yeah, so. Because you know why? Because you already know that you're gonna fuck some bitch. If you get a Molly and you know that you're not fucking this person already, you ain't gonna fucking take a Molly and be like, let's go find somebody to fucking fuck. No, you better have somebody lined up because that shit'll kick in. Yeah. Have you ever if somebody goes to the club and says, hey, you want to take a Molly and let's just go fucking mingle? Good luck, dude, because you're not gonna fucking mingle. You're just gonna be like, fucking what the fuck, and you're just everything's gonna be, oh fuck, it feels good. You know what I mean?
So you're telling me
and then I can be like touching your sweater. I'll be like, oh, that's fucking nice. You know what I mean? Then it'll get weird because you're like, fuck, I should have found a chick before I started petting his fucking sweater. Fill this fucking sweater, man. Isn't it great? You know, that's a fucking Molly for you. Fuck. So you better have some chick lined up.
The class I'm feeling between like Molly and Meth right now.
Yeah, it's like totally off, dude. You know what I mean? Because Meth.
I feel like a snob.
So okay, yeah. So Meth. Here's a good example of Meth. Let me break it down to you. Before it like became like before the drug did me. This is how I did Meth. You know, and my mom's like, well, why do you do Meth? You know, I mean, what's it do to you? I was like, Mom, imagine yourself in a fucking room with nothing to do, okay? Imagine yourself in a room, nothing to do. Then take a hit of meth and imagine being in the fucking same room and having the greatest time of your life. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what meth is, dude. Because you're like, you know, yeah, because honestly, dude, you don't see nothing, like there's nothing to do right here until you hit meth. You hit meth and you're like, dude, that could use some sanding. You know what I mean? That could use some sanding, you know, maybe, so, you know. And then you're like, these fucking, you know what? The oven needs cleaning after we take it apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to make that microwave into a fucking lamp. You know, shit like that. It's just fucking weird. You know what I mean? But you're like, yeah, you just hit one hit of meth and then you're like, fuck yeah, dude. There's so much shit to do here. You know what I mean? You can even be in a blank room. In a blank room, nothing. And you're like, fucking hit a meth, and you're like, fuck yeah. I'll fucking jack off all over the place, and I won't get nothing on it. You know what I mean? You know, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Anyways, so I'm so full of shit. But yeah,
What about like, do you get like, I don't know, like paranoid and you see like looking through the blinds, like think people are
no, where I got a fucking sunburn right here because I'm fucking looking at the blinds all day. No, but it happens. You know what I mean? It happens. I never got that bad. I was always fucking
like Ray Liotta is like looking for the fucking.
Yeah, you're all they're called fucking window warriors. You know what I mean? That's what they're called.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah, because it's like there's sunburn right there, just fucking like a warrior, like a fucking Indian warrior, man. But they don't even have a fucking. It's not even a band. It's just fucking tan, man. It's crazy. But yeah, I probably looked at the blinds every now and then. You know what I mean? But I'll be like, you know, you just do it casually. You're just like fucking, you know, and then you kind of just. You know when you go to a hotel, this is funny. When you go to a hotel and you see all these fucking blinds are all just put down or like the sheets like this, you know when you know there's a tweaker in there? When all the blinds are pulled, it's all pulled up and fucking tucked on the shelf. Because
really?
Yes, nobody, because they're like, yeah, maybe if somebody gets all the way up against the window, you know what I mean? They can see a shadow and see if somebody's in there. You know what I mean? That's how paranoid we get. Okay, so we put it like that. So fucking guess what? You ain't gonna see no shadows. You know why? Because we're seeing them. That's right. We're seeing the shadows. Whew.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Don't think. I told you. Your mind's not a sponge right now, bro. Is it?
Huh?
Your mind's not a sponge right now.
Oh no.
I told you to listen and just fucking let it go. Don't take this shit in, man. Because honestly.
Oh, I'm not.
Thank God, man. Thank God.
No.
But if you're not and you forget what I say, you can watch it right here on this YouTube.
So let's talk about your employment history. What kind of jobs have you had in your life?
Well, I mean, it started off, my first job ever, I worked for the Arizona Republic, the newspaper.
Really? As an editor?
Yeah. I had the fucking, they gave me the job of just selling newspapers. Mm-hmm. And it was weird is because like you can make really good money, but it's weird because I was like fucking like 16 and they just drop you off like 80 miles from your fucking neighborhood that you live in and just, hey, we'll pick you up at the end of the day. What the fuck?
So you went door to door?
Door to door.
Trying to sell newspapers?
Trying to sell newspapers in the fucking areas that already had a newspaper company. Like they had different fucking, I don't know where it was. Like, you know, they didn't have the Arizona Republic. They had something else. So it would be like, and then they would tell me to like, just make up this that newspaper is going to be going under next year. And if they probably aren't telling you, so you need to start getting the Arizona Republic. They're like, well, fucking A, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, got them.
Were you going to stores or houses?
Houses.
Oh, really?
Fucking door to door, just fucking like what any fucking 16-year-old should be doing. Just fucking new in the world. Fucking just still a little fucking innocent kid knocking on strangers' doors like in fucking Mesa, where it's just like, dude, fucking, is there smoke coming out of that fucking house? And it's like, fucking everybody's all sitting on the floor because they're fucking, they know drive-bys are coming. And I'm like, what the fuck is, you guys get to Arizona Republic? No. They don't even open the door. They talk through the door. You know what I mean? It's like a security gate and I'm trying to fucking open it and they're like, you know, and the fucking, you know, and just like, why I hear people in there, you know, I hear music going, what's going on? You guys just fucking retarded, just don't know. And then they're like, they drop you off like down the street because it's unsafe for them to even drive through. So you know what I mean? So they drop you off and they're like, okay, it goes 2 streets this way. And then when the street lights are like, you know, when there's no more street lights and there's no more people walking on the street, start at that house and work your way around. You know what I mean? And then just, if you make it out the other end, where it's only one way in, one way out, you know, and it's one of those neighborhoods, dude. It's like where there's only one way in and one way out, you know what I mean? And it was just crazy. Everybody's like, you know, it's just like when people were still sitting on the porch and it was cool. Like you got 8 people in the fucking, it was like Boys in the Hood. You got one in a wheelchair all the time, dude. You know what I mean? One's in a wheelchair and he's doing wheelies and shit. And he's sucking on a little pacifier. You know what I mean? And then they got all these lowriders in the street and they're like, fucking, and I'm like, hey, you guys want a newspaper? You know what I mean? And they're like, they can't even read. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, all right, you know. And I'm all in like khakis and fucking, it's my first job. I got a fucking tie on, you know what I mean? It's all matching, like it's like of the American flag and shit, you know what I mean? Or it's just like a big old like green with a yellow smiley face on it. Just fucking my mom got it, you know what I mean? Or shamrock or something. And I'm just fucking I had hair part like right down here, and then I had the little wave whoop, you know what I mean? Big old glasses, because I'm fucking just, hey, fucking tucked in shirt, fucking ridiculous, wearing fucking like slip-on fucking loafers, just fucking with my fucking man bag, with my man bag that said Arizona Republic rental, you know, and just fucking, I got this fucking brochure, if you can just give it to your mom, you know what I mean? Oh my God. And then, so that was my first, that was my first job that I ever had. And I was young. And then when I get to like, what was my second job? I ran wire for like one day in this company. And I don't even know, it was weird. It was like it was just this one guy. And he's got this big old commercial building, and we're running wire through this fucking like computer fucking, all these offices just fucking fishing wire. So that lasted that day. You know what I mean? I don't even know if I was like, do I need to bring anything? He's like, no. And I'm like, what should I wear? He says, just whatever you wore in school. You know, and just, it's only you're not gonna last long, you know, and just show up, dude. And I showed up and I just ran wire. I don't even know how I did it. You know what I mean? Fucking don't know how I did it. Mm-hmm. And it was like, so that was that. So that was my first two jobs. So this is like a matter of like just 3 weeks. I already had two jobs, but this is like in like a 4-year span. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I wasn't really wanting to work, you know.
What were your dreams at that point? Like when you're
in
high school? Yeah. What was your goal as a high school student?
My goal was to retire when I was like 25. That was my goal. I didn't even start working until I was like, I'm 38 now. I still haven't even started working. You know what I mean?
One of these days.
One of these days, it's like early retirement before I fucking start working. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how Social Security works, but hopefully I can get it early.
So let's say like if we ended this podcast and, you know, like the end of cheesy movies, it'll be like, Gary went on to do this, this, and this. If this was the end credits, what do you want that to say about you? Like, what did Gary end up doing after this podcast?
Fuck, man. After this podcast, like this podcast or this career of podcasting? Just
imagine like we ended the whole show forever today, even though we just started. But just imagine, like, what do you want that end credit to say?
What do I want people to remember me as?
No, what did you go on to do? What is your next move?
This is dude, I'm trying.
Gary went on to be a successful podcaster.
Yeah, well, hopefully something like that. You think I'm doing this to fucking change people's life? No, I'm trying to change my life for the better, and I'm just trying to get up in the social pipeline. You know what I mean?
So it'll be like Gary went on to join Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, fucking not even Joe Rogan. Something like. Yeah, Joe Rogan, man. That's everybody fucking. I don't even know what Joe Rogan talks about, and I know what he talks about. Mm-hmm. Nothing. Yeah. Just parallel universes. Fucking, you know, and he's just sitting there, but he's living the dream because he's fucking got all these followers because he made Fear Factor.
That was the worst show ever.
Horrible show.
Ugh.
Horrible show. And how the fuck did he get that job, anyways?
No
Did
idea.
he volunteer for that? Or like, how do you know if you're like, you know what, how do you go from like Joe Rogan, you know, he would be a great fit for watching people eat fucking hissing cockroaches. You know what I mean? How the fuck would you know that? Like, what if like, why not Jerry Springer or some fucking, you know, but he was really good at it. He was really good at it.
Making people eat bugs.
He made Fear Factor like, you know, what Fear Factor was. You know what I mean? He made it as good as he could for what he was for what it was. You know what I mean? Honestly, I watched it. If it was on, I'd watch it. If it was on the show, I'd watch it. Mm-hmm. If it was on TV, I'd watch it. And it wasn't because I was watching it because of Joe Rogan. I don't know why I was watching it. You know what I mean? Just to see some hot ass chick in a bikini eating fucking deer nuts or fucking. Now this is a big old fucking giant bull cock, and see if you can just get it down in under 14 seconds. And whoever chokes on it first, you're out, and you don't win shit. And then all that shit that they go through, and then all of a sudden they're like, they're like, hey, and then you're going to get shot out of a cannon over fire and fucking land on a helicopter. Fucking, hopefully you don't hit the, and then fucking you sign your life away, and then you get this fucking check, little ass check. You're Fear Factor champion. You won $2,500 or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck would do that? I would. Mm-hmm. But right when we get to like fucking, you gotta choke this fucking deer dick down. Fuck no, I don't. You fucking choke it down, fucking, and give you 20. I would write you a check for $2,500 just so you choke that down.
So
I would have to take a second loan out of my house, but.
So what do you think? What kind of TV shows do you usually like to watch in your life? Not necessarily right now, but what do you gravitate toward?
You know what I gravitate towards? You know, it's because I'm fucked up and I'm emotional. I'll sit there and sob like a baby for hours just to make my life just a little bit more miserable. You know what I mean? I'd be sitting there just fucking tweaking and watching like fucking everybody's life change for the better, and I'm just like fucking bawling. You know, I'm watching fucking America's Got Talent. You know what I mean? Or The Voice. Or fucking not Fear Factor, fuck that. You know what I mean? But like the X, whatever, or, you know, all that shit. And I'd be like, and it's always their first auditions. That's all I watch is their first audition.
Not when they start getting good and.
No, they don't start getting good. They start fucking, dude, have you ever seen their first audition? Mm-mm. And then watch them through the whole fucking thing, how they just change into fucking, you know, they just change. The first fucking audition's always the best because they're giving 110% because this could be their life-changing shit, and they lay it all out there. And when they fucking get it and everything, and how emotional they are after they, like, somebody was like, they sit there and they sang, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, they fucking just, they can't handle it because they fucking got through it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's life-changing because you're like, how the fuck are you that good at singing and nobody knows who you are until now? You know what I mean? It's a fucking it's a fucking magical moment for that person. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there living it, crying with it, and I'm like, why can't I fucking be able to sing? I suck at singing. You know what I mean? I've been doing podcasts for 2 days and my fucking throat's all sore. The fuck, can't even talk.
Do you play any instruments or anything?
Fuck no. No. I was, dude, in middle school, I played the snare drum. Mm. Not even the fucking drum set.
Just one drum.
Just one fucking, just fucking like the little fucking drummer boy. Just, and I never even got good at it. They're like drum roll, and I'm like, I never practiced. You know what I mean? I never practiced. These people are just like drumline, just fucking, and then they go fucking
flipping their
sticks and fucking shit. And I'm just like, I should have played the cowbell. Yeah. I would have nailed it. Just fucking ding, 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 ding with one stick, because I couldn't fucking drum roll like fucking. And they're like, well, pick it up. And I'm like, fucking, I'm picking up my drums and I'm fucking leaving. That's when they say, pick it up, pick up the pace. And I'm like, fucking pick this up.
How about, were you ever a good dancer?
Fuck no. I knew I could. You know what? Everybody says I'm a pretty good dancer because they haven't never seen dancing like this. You know what I mean?
No.
Never seen dancing like
this.
You're
an original?
Yes. It's like, it's an art. You know what I mean? Like, it's an art, and just the shit I come up with and the shit I did, it's just like, dude, getting off topic or whatever, but people are like, hey, remember when you used to do this? Fuck no, I don't remember when I used to do that. Like, why the fuck would I do something like that? They're like, yeah, or you used to say this quote. You used to say this. You used to say that. You're like, what up, son? What up, son? You know, I used to do that. What up, son? And then I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Why would I say that? What up, son? What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? But people would say, like, but my fucking head's so fucked up that, like, I don't remember saying that shit. You know, what up, son? What up, son? Like, fucking, like, who the fuck? No wonder I started hating myself. You know what I mean? I wasn't even myself.
Well, you said that you had a nickname back in the day. What was it again?
Runna.
Runna. How'd you get that nickname?
Well, so this is when I hung out with the people, the crowd that, you know, they took care of me, man. I knew, and we're still good. We're still tight to this day, you know, and everything. But so I used to do, like, this is when the bars closed at 1:00. You know what I mean? And everybody says, well, we got Runna. We'll go to my house on 7th. And we'll fucking, and then Runna, hey, I would get in the Navigator and fucking they would just roll up. And, you know, and then you got all these 30 packs on the fucking stock shelf right in front, you know, fucking whoop, past that. I went for the cold shit. We're not waiting for ice, you know what I mean? I went for the back. This is before they started locking the shit up, you know what I mean? I used to probably do 8 beer runs a night. You know
so B stands for beer.
Yes.
Beer Runna.
Yeah, okay. Runna. It stands for beer runner. You know what I mean? But Runna, you know what I mean? And everybody's like, oh, Runna, Rabbit. What the fuck is Rabbit? Like, what the fuck? I'm not Eminem. No. That's lame. Fucking loser. Rabbit. What the fuck?
Runna's like Blade Runner.
No, it's like Beer Runner. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I got that nickname right off the bat when I started hanging out with this family and everything, and so
was it like a gang or group of drug dealers?
I just say family because I don't want to say gang, but it is a family. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it was a gang, and so I would get all the fucking cold beer, and I fucking 30 pack and fucking run out, and you know, and I wouldn't even make it fucking like I would just fucking, because I knew who was in the car. You know what I mean? They're not going to let somebody come out there and chase me. They're going to fucking unleash on them if they did. You know what I mean? So I was just walking out. Hey, how's it going? Just walk out. You know? And then I'd start fucking running. You know what I mean? But...
Did you ever get in trouble?
No, I never got in trouble for that shit. I came out of retirement. I mean, I didn't come out of retirement. I just, you know, I heard about somebody like, you know, because once you're out of the store, they don't chase you. You know what I mean? That's what they... And they don't confront you at the store either. So pretty much you're good. You get the hands on the beer. They can be like, oh, I think this guy's gonna fucking, and then fucking see ya. And then they legally they couldn't chase you out of the store and put your hands on them.
Were you 21 at the time or over 20? 21?
I think I was 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was the same place I did my first hit of meth.
Tell us about that.
That time was weird. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm sitting in there and I just got done doing like fucking 6 beer runs where fucking there's a party going. And I go to, and then my homie that owns the house, I go in his bedroom. He's rolling up all this fucking weed, weighing everything out. Because it's just in his master bedroom. No, everybody else is partying. You don't go in his master bedroom. You know what I mean? But he told me, hey, be ready to come in real quick. And then so I'm sitting down. He's rolling all this weed. And I'm like, God dang, this is what they do. You know what I mean? It's just all over the place, just fucking. And then there's this black guy sitting on this couch. And I sit down and this is when if you had a projector and a projector screen.
Oh, that was big time.
You were doing some big things. Nobody had that shit. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, dude, this is it, man. And this black guy says, you smoke meth? Who doesn't, right?
Of course.
Who doesn't? Yeah. I'm like this. He's like, you smoke meth? Yeah, you smoke meth? And I'm like, yeah, I smoke meth. Line it up. Or it's all right. I said something that was like, You know,
didn't make sense.
Just didn't make sense. I'm just like, yeah, I smoke meth all the time.
Spark it, bro.
You know, or he's like, you smoke meth, and I'm like, I'm more of a like Marlboro's Reds kind of guy. You know what I mean? But I'll try menthol or whatever you got. You know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, try this meth, and I'm like, this is a fucking weird cigarette, dude. It's like glass. He's like, well, here, just fucking, you know, just fucking, and I'm watching him, and I'm like, that's easy. You know what I mean?
10 to 2.
10 to 2. You know what I mean? So anyways, I get it. I hit this. I didn't even get done blowing the smoke out before I was like, yeah, so I'm a business owner and I fucking just start lying, dude. And I'm like, and my homie's just like, what the fuck did you give him? You know what I mean? And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, fucking, yeah, you know, I invented this fucking invention, and I'm telling him just this shit that is just like, if I was this millionaire, what the fuck am I doing here on the couch with you? But I'm sitting here convincing this guy, not convincing him, and I'm like, dude, yeah, I invented this fucking thing. But I did invent something, but I never patented it. So the Chinese, after 11 years, fucking came up with it. And I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah, tell me.
So when I was like 16, this is like 3 years after I fucking thought of this thing. And that's where I was like, I'll just use that as, you know. So I was 16 and I thought of like, you know, everybody buys like, this is when like, before like Kazaa and all the fucking like burner CD stuff. Yeah. So you got like the movie the Titanic. Okay.
Yeah, big time.
And then you flip the disc over.
Yeah.
And you got the movie soundtrack, movie soundtrack on the other side. Clever. Yeah. DVD soundtrack.
Nice.
Fucking clever, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I asked my grandma because I was living with her at the time, I think. So maybe I wasn't 16. I was like 17, I think, because that's when I came down here my sophomore year. Mm-hmm. And after the wrestling fucking career is over, you know, by a fucking mild blow to the head. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. I was going to go gold that year, I think. Or at least 103. Wait. You know? So I invented this fucking... So I didn't even invent it. It was just an idea.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I asked my grandma, you know how much patents are? Mm-mm. Me neither. I don't either. I think they're like, but I think they're like roughly like $6,000 to like actually officially like do all the shit. But you know how they had these patent commercials where like, hey, you just give us an idea, yeah. You got an idea and you want to patent it, just draw out what you fucking think you should do. Tell us what it is, send it in, and if we like it,
we'll keep it.
We'll fucking, we'll get the next guy to come talk to you. And I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. That's exactly what I need. You know what I mean? And they're like, all you gotta do is just send $275 so as we can look at it. Fucking grandma, can I get $275? It's a scam. No. And I'm like, there goes my life-changing fucking career. But I already sent the fucking thing in. They even called me back and said, you know what? We want you to come to Florida because there's this big old convention for these fucking new inventions, and they had a whole team that wanted to do this, or that's what they told me. Yeah. For only $275 more, we can get this fucking idea into a fucking idea.
Yeah. And
just show them a fucking CD and just tell them fucking, hey, this is it. You know, and see what they do. But I never fucking said anything after that. You know, and my I told my grandma and I told everybody, and they're like, dude, that's fucking brilliant, because you had to buy a DVD and then you had to buy the fucking soundtrack.
It's ridiculous.
So anyways, like fucking 11 years go down the line. You know what I mean? Some guy out of Florida thought of this idea. Fucking funny, right? And he fucking sells it to the Chinese or whatever. And I don't even fucking want to know how much this fucking asshole made on my fucking idea. So, I'm glad that they got fucking, that was not me. That was couch, all mad.
So you're telling this black guy about how you're an entrepreneur.
That's where we were at. So I'm smoking meth for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I knew this. It would just fucking I smoked meth. I already started lying, and I'm like fucking hit it one fucking time, and I'm like fucking I'm alive. I'm home, dude. Mm-hmm. I'm not home, but I'm at my fucking buddy's house, and I'm just talking to this fucking guy about fucking I'm worth millions, and this guy's probably sitting here like I'm gonna fucking get this motherfucker and kidnap him. Fucking, you know what I mean?
Get that money.
Get that fucking money. I'll fucking, you know what I mean? And but my homie was like, dude, that motherfucker high. Just leave him alone, dude. Because honestly, he's like, that's a nice watch, man. You got that? And I was like, dude, I woke up the next day. No, I didn't. I didn't wake up the next day, dude. I was a fucking peacock for like, dude. He even said, I was like, this is how cool my homie was. I was like, hey, man. Hey, you think, because everybody's gone, dude. It's like, we had the party on Friday, dude. It's like Tuesday. And I'm just fucking don't know. And he's like, hey, man. I was like, hey, dude, you give me a ride? He's like, I don't give people rides, dude. He's like, I'm going to call you a cab, dude. And I'm like, that's cool, man. This is the first, I've never been in a cab before. Ever, dude. I'm like, this is fucking, I'm all sitting out there, and this fucking cab drives up, man. And gives me a ride home. That's it.
I mean, if you got projectors and taxis, you're big time.
Yeah, if you got projectors and a fucking projector screen that's not a sheet on the wall, you're doing big things, dude. And he had big things going.
Uh-huh.
You know, and what was funny is, it's not funny, dude, because he did a lot of time. He got like, so we used to go to like La Faya or Club Space. You know what I mean? All of us, the whole gang used to go down there.
Down where?
To Mexico.
Where in Mexico?
San Luis, Mexico.
Oh, okay.
You know, Club Space. It used to be La Faya, then it's Club Space. But I remember we were coming back across, and fucking somebody throws a brick and hits my homie right in front of me in the head. And, you know, knowing me and knowing that, I'm lifesaver, dude.
Yeah.
I take off my shirt and fucking, you know, like put it in fucking, his head's just fucking gushing blood. He's out cold, dude. And we're fucking trying to get across the border because nobody gives a fuck what happens in Mexico. You know what I mean? We're just trying to get across the border and fucking, we're fighting these people that threw it into the fucking checkpoint station. You know what I mean? These cops are freaking out, dude. We're fucking like, everybody's welling on everybody, but me being a good guy, I'm fucking holding this guy's fucking head together. It was like, I bet you it was like fucking how Kennedy's wife grabbed his fucking skull off the back of the head, back of the thing, tried to put it together like, you're all right. Just fucking, and then another shot comes. But so that's how I felt.
Yeah. Kind
of.
Lifesaver.
Yes.
You're a paramedic, basically.
It's like, dude, I worked at Firehouse Subs, like for the morning meat slicer. So it automatically, this is after this situation, but I already knew that I was like a volunteer firefighter right now.
In order to work there, you got to be a volunteer.
You got to be a volunteer firefighter or have some fucking conditions on meat slicing.
Or at least own a Dalmatian.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can't hear? Is that it?
Yeah. I was like, dude. I was like, because they're fucking colorblind. And you're like, what the fuck's that have to do with anything? I was like, I guess any dog could be a fucking on a fire. Okay. But yeah.
So you're being a paramedic. You get across the border.
I'm being a paramedic. I did what I had to do to get across the border,
right?
Without any questions asked. It's just to take care of him and act like it. And I was just in the middle. I just was helping him. I just gotta get through. U.S. citizen. You know what I mean? But we already fucking were locked in these rooms, and they put us in we're in this like fucking holding cell with everybody, and everybody wants to kill these people because they put us in the same fucking room with the people. You know what I mean? What? But they were just trying to fucking separate. And oh my God, I can't believe everybody just sat down and fucking, dude, this guy's still fucking bleeding out trying to figure out who he is. And I don't know how the fuck nobody got killed that night. But fast forward like 4 years later, you know what I mean? I'm not hanging out with them as much as I used to. You know, I wasn't as fast as I used to be, so I kind of like got out of the beer running incident. You're
like a B- runner at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe a C runner.
I'm probably like B rabbit now, dude. And no, but like I heard somebody got shot for doing a fucking beer run and died from an off-duty officer or something, like on 7th Street and fucking 4th Avenue or something like that. And I was like, God damn, they're shooting people for this now? Ridiculous. Right? And then it was like he got it off the stock shelf. Not even 30 packs, just like an 18 pack. Hey, I got it just to fucking hold us over. Fucking bam, 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 dude. And I'm like, so I got out of that career I mean, I was in it for like 3 years, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's just like cut out pictures of you on every.
Yeah, and
next
like
every camera. Have you seen this guy?
You know what I mean?
But you're so fast, it's just a blur.
It's just a blur. It's like the Flash. You know what I mean? It's like all they had was like the fucking getaway car picture, and then just me and then gone. And so, Nick said how fast I was. You know, I was pretty fucking fast because you know what? I got chased out one time by like a fucking guy that was like, I used to be in the military and fucking dude,
a hero.
Yeah, a fucking war hero.
Yeah.
And you know what? But I would never drop the beer, dude. Nah, never. Just fucking getting it. Go, throwing it in the back of the truck. Just landing there and fucking get to the next Circle K so we can do it again, you know, and everything. Because I always kept the party going, you know, and everything. Then they started locking it up for some fucking reason, dude.
Terrible.
I don't know. Was I the cause of that? Probably. Because I used to do like 8 a night, dude, and it was always the same ones. But like throughout the night, like They could not get me, dude. It was amazing. It's like, dude, how do you not just like fucking put something in the doorway like that? And then you know how they started like blocking off
one door,
one way, where you have to go around the cashier to get to the beer. Yeah, that was.
It's like a maze.
Yeah, it's like a maze, and you're like, I just want to get that right there, and I gotta go all the way fucking around. What the fuck is this? You know? I knew what it was. It was a hurdle. That's what that was.
Do you shoplift other stuff at that time, or is it just straight beer?
Whoa. I've never shoplifted anything. I never shoplifted anything. You know what I mean?
Just beer running.
It's just like, shoplifting. I mean, it's just how you look at it. Like, it was a trend, you know? It was a trend. Everybody was doing beer runs, I think. No?
I don't know.
Probably wasn't any beer left. You know what I mean? I didn't think that anybody bought beer. You know what I mean?
Why would you?
Why would you when you're fucking just beer running? Fucking, we're getting low. All right, here we go. You know? And they took care of me, man. Everywhere I went, they fucking always took care of me. And
was that your only job? Did you have to like sell drugs or anything too, or you're just straight beer runner?
No, this is like I didn't have to sell drugs. That was before my drug career. This is like right out of high school. And that's why I was like, everybody's like, oh, dude, he rolls with them. He rolls with them. Like, like it's like I was rolling with them. It's the cops don't even get involved. You know what I mean? The cops. This is how the cops handled what I was in. It's like they would stand back, and then these two shot callers. This was at Jimmy D's, you know what I mean? And this guy just got out, and we've been running their freaking gang into the ground just fucking while he was gone, you know? And he got out. We saw him at Jimmy D's. The fucking cops, because the cops said, you need to fucking, like, we know what you do. Yeah. Just fucking calm it down a little bit. You know what I mean? That's when you know you're kind of, when the cops are just asking you, hey, the fucking community's fucking worried and everything. We know you're not gonna stop,
right?
But just quit shooting when people are around, or quit shooting when
Go to the gun range.
Yeah, no, just fucking do it when, like, at night when nobody's fucking, like, when there's no, like, kids crossing the street and fucking,
less collateral
damage. Yes, shoot up instead of, like, through their fucking house and they're not even home except the fucking babysitter and the fucking kid. Like, come on, like, do your intel. Don't just fucking be like, but this guy fucking. And it's so bad. It's just like when you shoot at one, you got like 3 because it's the hands on and you got like all of them.
Yeah. It's dangerous. So what was your job after Runna?
Job? So after
you retired from Running, what was your next deal?
Retired, it was just time to get out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's dangerous, man.
Right.
I'm all sitting here fucking talking about drive-bys and fucking all this shit. It was just a regular thing. That's it. But you know what? But Running, I had to get out. It was getting kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Innocent people were getting shot when they were still in beer. No. What the fuck?
That's crazy.
So yeah. But I remember one time that we got a high-speed chase, and I'm sitting there, and we get a call. We're at the party, at the house party and everything, and they said, "Hey, this fucking car's chasing us. Fucking, we're gonna pull up and then fucking unleash on them when we get to the house." They pull up. I'm sitting there. I got a piss, dude, and fucking everybody, and I'm just like I'm pissing on the side of the house, dude. And I didn't know that they got the call that fucking go outside and get ready because this shit's going to pop off and everything. So I'm pissing on the side of the house, and I'm going, and I'm like, and then this car rolls up in the fucking grass, and all of a sudden you hear pop, pop, pop. I'm hiding, pissing all over myself, trying to hide behind this fucking mattress against the house. I think it was the same fucking mattress that was at my mom's house.
Probably.
Because I was like, what the fuck, dude? And I'm sitting there pissing all over myself and fucking, and just pop, 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 pop. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then, like, after like 3.5 hours of sitting there, I'm like, everybody's gone, dude. I think I fell asleep or something because I wake up and I'm like this. Nothing, dude. Just there was like 200 people at this house, dude. I don't know how nobody fucking saw me, but I was pretty fucking snugged between the fucking mattress and the house, dude. I don't know how somebody would have saw me because nobody else was that bitch to fucking get behind there. Everybody was out there pop, 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 and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on around here, dude? I just got beer. You know what I mean? But it's funny because it was so quiet. I'm like, dude, the sun's coming up, and I'm like, I see kids walking to school, and I'm like, all right.
It's all safe now.
Yeah, it's safe now. You know what I mean? And then the bus pulls up, and I'm fucking back under the mattress. Like, what the fuck was that?
Do you think you were part of that gang, or were you just like an orbiter?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And was there like a blood in, blood out situation where?
No. My fucking, when they gave me my nickname, that's when I knew I was in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And fucking, like, we would always, because I would go with them everywhere, because, and that's the same people that I fucking would have at my house, and I go to those parties, and everybody's like, that's how I met my first girlfriend. She's like, who's that? Who's walking in with all those, oh my God. And I walked in like I was fucking the shit because, because this is the time when I started living with the strippers. So I met them at 19, that's when I took my first hit of meth, you know what I mean? So I kicked it and fucking did all this shit from 19 to like 21, you know what I mean? But then I started getting out of the running thing, and then I started living with all the strippers. Everybody, all the fucking homies that I was rolling with, they would always want me to... Dude, I hung out with the hottest fucking chicks, dude. And everybody was like, dude, Gary... Hey, everybody would call me, dude.
Bring them over.
Everybody would call me, dude. They just knew that I was hanging out with hot chicks. That's all I hung out with. It wasn't even the stripping. It wasn't even like I wasn't even living with the strippers yet. You know what I mean? I always had chicks around, dude. I don't know why. It's just and it was just, I don't know if it's because, well, I had coke. You know what I mean? That was it. I was selling to fucking chicks. I don't want to fucking sell to some dude. You know what I mean? The fuck? You know what I mean? I don't want to sell to some dude and he's like, hey, can I just get like a gram or like,
let me get 20? A quarter gram.
Fuck no. I wanted the fucking hot chicks that were like, fucking, I want that. I don't have any money. That's okay. That's okay. Hey, I got you. Right? I got you. And I started having that fucking ego and that big head fucking hanging out. All these chicks I was always hanging out with these chicks at my grandma's house, selling coke and fucking just, I wouldn't have any guys hang out. Everybody would want to fucking hang out, but what the fuck? Why the fuck would I want you to come over here and try to steal my crop? You know what I mean? I'm like a fucking idiot, dude. Not yet. Not yet. You know what I mean? And then I started selling coke to fucking, some strippers, and then that's how I think I got in. And then and then, dude, this is my worst fucking night I've ever had in my life, dude. So I'm living with the strippers, you know what I mean? And like how I said, I met some actors and everything. So, is making a movie that my roommate, the stripper, was banging his producer. She calls me. And she says, hey, I need you to come down to fucking Red's Birdcage and ask to go up top. Tell him that you're with me or whatever. And I'm like, all right. And I was moving some weight or whatever, a little bit of weight, and not like big weight where like fucking, where I had to worry about the cops. I would just get enough to fucking, this is before I would do it a little bit, you know what I mean? But I wasn't getting high on my own supply. And I fucking always had it. I always had it. But for that fucking night, for some reason, she calls me and she's like, hey, I'm going to give you $200. I need you to go get some, like $200 worth of coke and then bring it back. It was like maybe 10 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? I go, dude, I'm sitting up top at Red's Birdcage, sitting down.
A famous actor. Because we don't want to put his name out there like that. Oh,
yeah. Okay.
A famous
actor was right across the way from me with some fucking model, man. Yeah. Just fucking beautiful. Like, it's just like, dude, it's like coming at it like you just fucking walked into a movie and there I am. Dang! I had a beer with a famous actor. I didn't even shake his hand or nothing, but I was at the same table with him and he was talking to some, and you know what? Famous actors, they don't want to be known or they don't want to be seen.
Right.
So they got a baseball cap like this, a fucking mustache, and just look like they haven't showered in like a week and a half, fucking wearing fucking just looking like a nobody, you know what I mean? But then you're sitting there and you're like, holy shit, dude. I've seen him in about fucking 50 movies, dude. He's fucking iconic. And he's sitting here having a beer with me. That's what I thought. You know what I mean? And I wasn't like, but I hung out with, like I said, I hung out with NFL football players. Not hung out. They came to my house. Yeah. And I went to the, Phoenix Suns red carpet thing. Sat at the table with the Phoenix Suns and everything. Those Phoenix Suns guys are fucking gangster. I thought I was gangster. These motherfuckers are hood gangster.
Really?
Yes. Hood gangster. They don't give a fuck. And it's crazy because they know how fucking, it's just like they were so gifted that they're just fucking straight out of the fucking hood. Fucking, and they're so good that they're just like, yeah, just as long as you don't kill anybody and fucking get in trouble and we put you in the NBA, just, that's it. You know what I mean? So they went from fucking Compton to fucking rich and famous. Mm-hmm. You can't take the hood out of there. You know what I mean? You can't take the hood out of that. And it was just like, dude, they're fucking hood. They're like, I mean, it's just like, holy shit, dude. And it's crazy how, like, you know, I'm like, we get in fucking fights because, you know, they keep saying our names and fuck the. And we get in fucking these little bar fights and scuffles and everything. These motherfuckers were hood. Talking about just, if he scrapes his shoe when he passes you, motherfucker, that's your fault. You fucked my shoes up. You know what I mean? And it's not like, and you're just sitting there, you're like, fucking, you stepped on me. I don't give a fuck, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Fucking buy me new shoes, motherfucker. And you're like, I don't even know what size you wear. Size 36. You know what I mean? Size Good 36. Luck finding them at Foot Locker. Fucking, yeah. And he gets free shoes. It's his own shoe. It's his own shoe brand. But not today. You fucking scuffed my fucking shoes up, motherfucker. Oh my God. You're lucky. And I'm like, fuck, man. That's hood. You know what I mean? Mm. So that night, reeling it back in.
Yeah.
So she gives me $200 to go get fucking coke.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my guy to bring it in. He doesn't even have any. He was waiting on his guy to get it in here to Yuma. Yeah. So I'm just going fucking. I'm telling the other guys, you know, the ones that I had invited to my house party.
Yeah.
I went over there. You know, I'm like, dude, hey, I know this sounds strange, dude, but this fucking famous actor wants me to get coke for him. Mm-hmm. And they're like, bullshit. You know, they're like, oh yeah, fucking Burrs fucking wants you to get coke. Okay, yeah, right. And fucking, I'm like, dude, I'm fucking serious, man. Like, I need you to fuck. I got the money. Just fucking give me the coke. And they're like, oh, yeah, right, we're waiting too. And I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Just scrape what you got on your fucking floor and just give it to me, man. You know what I mean? I know you got shit lying around everywhere. You know what I mean? Just give it to me. And fucking, it's so embarrassing, dude. I could not get coke that night, dude. I had to it was already, so I got it like at 10 o'clock at night. They're still waiting at the bar. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, dude. I was just trying everywhere. I was going up and down the street trying to find somebody that would just fucking look like they fucking do coke. You know what I mean? And I fucking had to take the money back.
Oh.
Failed miserable, dude. And I'm like, here. And then you know what? I go back the next day to talk to those guys. They're like, did you know that fucking so-and-so was downtown? I just fucking told you that he was fucking downtown. I was that guy. It was for him. I thought you were just joking. Fucking no, you didn't saw how serious I was? How the fuck was I joking? You think I make this shit up? What the fuck? Who can make shit up like that? Nobody. They're like, oh, dude, I would have gave it to you if you were serious. What the fuck? Fuck you.